Yuriorikis, you told the boxing scene that you are coming to make a big statement against Cruz on April 16th. What is that statement you're looking to make?
I'm a pro. I'm not in the business of sending messages or making statements. What I'm focused on is trying to become number one and being the best I can be inside the ring in order to beat my opponent. The rest is just talk.
Yuriorikis, last time we've seen you fight, you had the fight with Davis, which was an all-action fight before he got the stoppage late in that fight. Then we saw you lose to Haney as well. That fight went the distance. Why then will this fight be different against Isaac Cruz, who's just as young and powerful?
It's all about the preparation. We're getting ready to change the narrative, to change the outcome of the fight, and to make sure that with that kind of preparation, we can come out with the win on April 16th.
Is Yuriorikis Gamboa still one of the elite fighters of this weight division?
My mere presence in this fight, the way that we are being prepared for this fight and what's at stake, that alone says that I'm still one of the top fighters in the division.
Yuriorikis, same question for you. Do you believe power will be the difference in this fight?
In the end, God has the last word. I have a tactical plan. I have a strategy ready to go for whatever happens. I'm ready for whatever eventuality is in my way, and I'm planning to face anything and everything.
Lastly, I see Sean Gibbons is with us as well, one of the promoters there of Isaac Cruz. And Sean, I wanted to at least give you the opportunity to get your thoughts on this fight. And as I asked Isaac, we haven't seen him since the Tank Davis fight, and there are a number of people, he certainly endeared himself to a number of more fans after that fight. Why did we select Yuriorikis Gamboa? What should we expect?
Well, Brian, you nailed it on the head, man. People saw Isaac Cruz coming out party against Gervonta Davis. I mean, everybody thought Isaac Cruz was going to be an easy mark for Gervonta. He was going to take him out. He was no competition. And he literally ran Gervonta Davis almost out of the ring. So we're very excited. I mean, his Instagram handle went from 27,000 up to 185,000. So coming into this fight, there's a lot more expectations. People are excited to see him. And the reason Yuriorikis Gamboa was selected because he's a great fighter. He's a former world champion. He's an Olympian. He's a name fighter. He gave Gervonta a good fight, gave Devin a good fight. So it's a great gauge to see where Isaac Cruz does with him moving forward. And I don't care what people say, Gamboa always brings the A game, and better fighters bring up better fights in him. So we got a lot of respect for him, but I just think it's Isaac Cruz time, and it's going to be a great night in Dallas, April 16th.
Fantastic. All right, I know there are members of the media who certainly want to ask Isaac and Yuriorikis some questions. Let's get right to them. Mitch, if you would, allow members of the media to ask their questions.
Thanks so much, Brian. Let's go to Marco Perez from Boxeo de Colombia. Marco, go ahead.
Marco, estás en mudo. The question from Marco was, do you think that your experience and your power is gonna be the difference in this fight? And what Yuriorikis said was that he definitely does have the edge in experience, but at the same time he's gonna rely on his preparation. He's gonna rely on the way that he set up his strategy in order to fight and be able to win any way he can. The question from Marco was that in his fight against Gervonta Davis, Gervonta felt Isaac's power, and that maybe changed his game plan a little bit. Do you think that's going to happen again with Yuriorikis, to where maybe he expects one thing and gets another? And Isaac said that really each fight is different, and I'm going to be ready for whatever Yuriorikis has to offer. I'm getting ready in a great way, and I'm going to show you guys everything, all the new that I can provide inside the ring during that fight.
Great. Thanks so much, Marco. Thanks, Martine. Let's now go to Rick Mohammed from Brawler Sports Media. Go ahead, Rick.
Rick, you
All
gotta
right.
get
How's everybody doing, guys? Rick Mohammed, Brawler Sports Media. Isak, after coming off of the type of fight that you had versus Tank Davis, like my man Brian Custer said, that catapulted you into like automatic superstardom. What will you do differently fighting Gamboa? Will it be pretty much the same fight plan? If it's not broke, don't fix it. Or of course you got to make adjustments based on the style of fighter that he is. And I do believe that you are the new superstar coming up in this division. What can the fans expect out of you being on this big stage and this big platform come April 16th?
Right. We are working on absolutely everything. We have studied Gamboa in depth, and we're working on everything that we think is good and bad, in his favor and against him. I'm not really going to reveal anything specific at this point, but what I can promise you is that we're going to be ready on Saturday, April 16th.
Thank you, champ. And for Gamboa being the pedigree fighter that you come from and representing your country, Cuba and everything, and all the success and accolades that you've had in the sport of boxing, you're still in the hunt to become a world champion again. Do you feel like your experience, all the ring savviness that you bring to the ring will be enough to outwit Isak and get the victory? And of course, like you said earlier, power is the key. Strategy, power, and who's going to be the better man that night. What's your take on your performance? And all those things definitely a factor come April 16th.
Look, I'm going to show everybody that's watching on TV, that's going to be in the stands, it's going to be ringside, that Yuriorikis Gamboa is still here to stay. That Yuriorikis Gamboa can still be the best in the division. That's going to be the ultimate goal on Saturday, April 16th. You're going to see it.
Thank you, champ. Good luck to both of you guys on April 16th. And a shout out to my man, Sean Gibbons. Respect. Let's go, champ.
Okay, thanks, Rick. Thanks, Martine. Appreciate it. Let's now go to Kirk Jackson from the Scope Network. Go ahead, Kirk.
Thank you, Mitch. I have questions for both Isak and Yuriorikis. I would like to start with Isak.
Go
What
ahead.
did you take away from your last fight against Gervonta Davis as far as going against the power, the skill, the speed, the overall experience that will lead you to success in your fight against Yuriorikis Gamboa?
I learned a valuable lesson because during that fight I learned that I have to be focused inside the fight at every moment. I can't lose my focus at any time. And I'm going to show people that I'm the Mexican fighter that can rule the 135-pound division. I can promise you that.
Do you feel like in your fight against Gamboa that you not only have to win, but you have to win in dominant fashion to be considered in the same esteem as the other superstar lightweights in your division, such as Devin Haney, Gervonta Davis, George Kambosos, Vasyl Lomachenko?
Bueno, okay, two things. I'm preparing to fight however long it takes to get that win. 1 round, 12 rounds, doesn't matter to me. I have to win and I have to put on the show for the fans. I'm well aware of that. And then trust me, I'm gonna be ready to show those 4 fighters that you mentioned that I can fight any of them and I belong right up there with any of them.
I love that. And my last question for you, Isak. Some observers may describe your style as awkward, but overwhelming with pressure and tough to deal with. Do you think that will scare some fighters away? Or do you feel like because of the added visibility that you have fighting Gervonta Davis and now fighting Gamboa, that this may actually lead to more guys wanting to fight you because of the potential lucrative paydays?
It's really up to them. If they want to, showcase themselves, if they want to show that they belong, then they for sure are gonna want to fight against me. And if they want to go around me, then or they are kind of intimidated by me, then they're not gonna want to fight me. But I'm gonna make sure that whoever doesn't want to fight me, I'm gonna step in front of them and be like, no, I'm here, and you're gonna have to face me because Isaac Cruz Jr. is here. This fighter is here to stay.
Thank you, Isak. And my next question for Yuriorikis. Yuriorikis, you have one of the more decorated resumes of any active fighter in recent memory, going against Devin Haney, Tank Davis, Ponce de Leon, Orlando Salido, Terrence Crawford. What inspires you to continue your career competing at a high level going into your 40s?
What motivates me is the courage, the discipline, and the fire that burns inside of me to become a world champion once again.
Now, in spite of your great accomplishments and the resume of fighters you've gone against, do you feel like your career may be underrated? And does a victory over Isaac Cruz help change that narrative and add some respect to your name?
Definitely, a lot of people are overlooking what I still have left in the tank, what kind of qualifier I still am. But people are going to see that not just noise, and they're going to see the difference that there can be between us on April 16th. The question was, with Yuriorikis Gamboa's notable resume from the Olympics, through his opponents, and now wanting to be a world champion once again, how do you feel about fighting an opponent of the caliber of Yuriorikis Gamboa? And Isaac said that, first of all, I respect him and I thank him for giving me the opportunity of getting to fight him. And, you know, his resume, everything that he has done as an amateur and as a professional, that's beyond reproach. That's something that's admirable no matter how you look at it. However, I'm not here to give rep anything for anybody. I'm here to show that I can be one of the top fighters in the division and that I can stand in front of anybody, no matter how many medals, how many trophies, how many titles they have, because I'm coming for everybody.